Hey guys, I've got turns 31, hopefully through 33 coming up right here for LA Satis in our 4-player um, game. So turn 31, Caleb sends back 120 fire gems. I sent him 80 fire gems last turn and he was like, I don't need these. I need pearls. So he puts up Wrathful Sky. Mohenjo has decided to punish all those who reject his promises by calling down lightning from the sky. His fury will most manifest inside his dominion, strikes mercilessly in all 4 corners of the world. Thus Mohenjo of Kalem has claimed rulership of all the lands. I think we can see a description of this. Yep. Hit percent is 2% globally, plus 2% times dominion plus turmoil, with so 1% chance. For 9 armor negating damage. Basically, this is going to be hitting 1 out of 50 humans and killing them every single turn. And I don't think there's a DRN associated with this. There might be. So this is very, very bad for the world, and particularly bad for any troops inside our dominion. Like this set of troops is just going to get chewed up. 9 armor negating damage here. We have 5 dominion strength. What does that mean he's getting hit by? So 5, that's 10%. Turmoil doesn't really count because I don't think we have any, so 12%. So he's going to be losing 10 units a turn just by having these guys floating around in our lands. Turn 31, we don't get attacked. We get pinged. So this guy is just seeing what we have here on our cap. In our cap, we have 25 PD. So a lot of city guard, which are terrible. Spears, not much else. Militias, which are even worse than city guard, and 6 heavy infantry, which, like, they have armor, but still have terrible stats. So nothing that can really stop him. So surely he will come at us next turn. We dodge and weave. This province looks like there was no PD on it, so we just step back into it. Ulm takes this, and Phlegra moves onto it, so we're going to assassinate there. We get 1 successful assassination, 1 failed assassination. Sorry, I got those backwards. These guys without PD are just not sufficient. Yeah, dying to Phantasmal Warriors. Phantasmal Warriors are generally viewed upon as really terrible, but of course, when you're fighting with these guys, Phantasmal Warriors will kill them when they don't have gems. So yeah, the Telkeen continues to take all of our lands. The Kraken has not moved this turn, which means that he built a fort here last turn. This gets raided by Relay. Our Relay moves his big stack here into Kalem, so Kalem's now under pressure from Relay with a big amount of armies and Midgard. And I think that the Meteorite Guards, yeah, they're really not too fussed about the Wrathful Skies. Why this surprised me so much seeing Relay up here is, like, this is a long way for him to go. So it makes me feel like Relay isn't fighting on his south and west. Like, maybe, like, did he go here? I would have gone here if I was Relay and picked up these water provinces. I would be feeling like these were all my own if I was him. So it looks like he's gone through with a decent sized stack here. Let's have a look. There's a lot of troops. Meteorite Guard costs a lot of resources. Just a little bit of mages. A few Star Childs. Opal Lord's not a mage. Yeah, there's just a few Star Children. Fair few Illithids. And a lot of Meteorite Guard, though. So Meteorite Guard, 33 resources. So he's recruiting this from somewhere where he has a lot of resources. in order to get 130 of these. And then he took the 6 turns it takes to walk them across the map, to walk them through Pythium's land into our land, which seems slow and inefficient. But, you know, he's taken provinces. He knows he's got a juicy territory here that he's going to go for. Let's see how Calum did this turn. So, raid, counter raid, raid. Just catches a scout with a patrol. Interesting. So again, hoping that Midgard was going to attack here, but they don't. Counter raid. Counter raid. A failed raid. Oh, because he hit Barb PD, so there's Barbarian PD. So Midgard felt that it would be valuable to build some province defense there. Yeah. Is this a raid? This is just a counter raid. Marignan continues to oppress Tianqi here. Like, this is coming right up on him. I wonder if Sebald is able to contribute to this fight at all. Because it looks like Arco's like got other things he's worried about. Arco's down here somewhere. Do we even know where Arco is? Statistics, Pretenders of the World. Is Man on Arco's team? Jerry Springer? Jerry Springer. Yep. So it's Man, Arco, Tianqi, and my guess would be Raga. Score graphs. Pretenders of the World. Raga. Whose team are you on, bud? Jerry Springer. Yep. Kung Fu Hillbilly is Raga, and his cap is like right here. So this team is pushing in this way a fair bit. Marignan and Abyssia are on the same team, so this team is big. And seems to be doing okay for the moment. So yeah, we had a look at the raiding, counter raiding. Not really any movement of the big stacks. So this is the big stack, and there's another big stack here, and they haven't moved. So that's good to note. And then it's just little raiding parties out and about for Calum, and little van raiding parties for Midgard. We do have some action from Atlantis. Atlantis goes on to this guy's fort with a bunch of, I think these are unsleeping. Yeah. These guys must be expensive. We'll look at them in the sea map next, but the Ice Guard is where it's at for Atlantis. They're such a good unit. And it looks like he's using his Sacreds here, his Asurats, which have a very high damage attack. I mean, not much higher than the Bone Glaive. Sorry, the Bone Glaive is 25. The Ice Glaive is 1 less damage. We're gonna have to look at those. They seem strictly worse. I have to figure out where Atlantis is getting these guys too. But yeah, this is just some PD. This probably isn't a ton of siege strength, so he can't pop this anytime soon. He would need to move a lot more, a lot faster on here. So these unsleeping are 35 gold each, have got decent protection, and insanely high recruitment points. So he needs order to get these things. Yeah. And these coral glaives are just poison damage on top. Nice. Asarts, or whatever this is. These things are 23 gold for 13 protection. These are 16 gold for 18 protection. Ice Blade is 17. Bone Glaive is 25. Why did it seem that that was not the case here? Ice Glaive is 17, but it's coming out as 24 because it's two-handed. Why is Bone Glaive coming out at 25? Is it not also two-handed? It's a weird interface bug, maybe. Oh, wrong guy. The Ice Guard in that have swords. The Ice Guard here, I'm actually interested in the Ice Guard with the axes. There should be some that have swords as well, but those ones suck. Yeah, ones with swords and shield are very bad, but axes are terrifying. Interesting. So, statistics, pretenders of the world. Where is he getting these units from? So, the unsleeping are coming from underwater forts. So, low resource, high recruitment points, moderate gold costs. And his alternatives are Atlantean infantry. This is okay. Coral spear. Shield bearer. Not really that good. No other armor. And just coral cuirass, which is technically better than the shield probably with the spear, but like I can see why you want to go with this. These guys hit like a tank. I've got nice, decent armor. Legions of Steel on that would be awesome. Atlantis still isn't using mages yet. He's still going for the troops, but he's also using these mournful. High recruitment points, low resources, so that would be compatible with a unit that is high resources, low recruitment points. So Ice Guard plus Mournful would make sense. Now, what's with the Arzards? They can only be recruited in the cab. Everyone else is anywhere recruited in forts. These things are 23 gold. Or you could be getting these for 16. This is 32 resources, 21 recruitment points. So, more recruitment points, low resources, and a lot more gold. It seems like the balance you would want is the Mournful and the Ice Guard. And you would go with the Ice Guard, not with the swords. Unless you were up against archers and you really wanted the shield, maybe. But these Ice Glaives seem way too strong. Snow Warriors they wouldn't fit in your worldview. Mournfuls plus Ice Guard seems like the logical step. Yeah, 280 resources. So technically we could have, might have helped this guy to go down one order and plus one productivity. But also it would have helped this guy, I think, to have more land forts to collect his resources. Like, this is kind of awkward. No, I can see why he did this, to collect maximum resources here. That's a lot of resources. I don't know what his recruitment points would be because the population's so low in both of these. But yeah, I could see that being good. So Atlantis does come out here with 46 Ice Guard. Takes out a PD dump. Decent amount of PD, maybe 20 PD. Maybe a little more than 20 PD, 25 PD maybe. I don't know why you dump 25 PD. It's gotta be 20 PD. Pretty efficiently takes this. Horse archers, like, they have short bows, so they're not really gonna hit these guys for anything. They have spears, so they could do some damage. But yeah, generally not a lot. So he loses one Ice Guard, taking that PD dump. So that's efficient. Oh dear. Atlantis attacks Bogarus but was defeated. So Atlantis is coming in with a small number of troops. The trouble with this setup is that this is enough troops that he could rout his god by losing these troops. And there's a potential for him to win this fight just with his god. So, yeah, so the air elementals trample, but the air elementals are ethereal as well, and all of his troops have magic weapons even though they're small. Unfortunately, trample works very poorly against, trample works very well against low defense units, so as soon as these guys start to rout, they take a penalty to defense, and they just get trampled that much more easily. So he didn't quite have enough HP to prevent the insta-rout of his troops, and then his god here is probably going to rout due to the troops routing. So his god doesn't have a ton of HP. And maybe this is a good thing. So 25 defense is a lot of defense. Is his god asleep? Oh no, his god routs as soon as the troops rout. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see what his god does. Stone Skin. Temper Flesh. So he doesn't want to do Iron Skin because he's afraid of the lightning damage. Then Mist Form for damage reduction. And then it looks like his script was interrupted after that, because I would imagine there was more to this. There would have been like Quicken Self at least. Liquid Body potentially. Oh no, Temper Flesh went off, so you don't need Liquid Body. Yeah, so he runs, which is good that he ran. This is pretty cost free. Let's see, I'm guessing 4 air gems got consumed. So it's not, oh, yeah, so like this kind of attack, even though he's losing troops, nothing to worry about. Like, he just burned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 air gems. Like, that's probably Bogarus's air income for a turn, and he lost a commander and 26 ice guard, which is what, 10. So like half his turn of ice guard recruitment and a commander to take out an entire turn of gem income for air gems. Like, it's a great trade as far as I'm concerned. Yeoman coming in with a small stack here. Shark Tribe, Shark Warriors. Yeah, these guys have shark heads. Go Yeoman. It isn't the troops. People don't like these guys, but it's not because of the troops. I shouldn't say that. They're not a bad nation when they get water access because of the Ryujin alone. So he takes out some PD with the Samurai Cavalry with their high damage fancy weapons. Metal Yari, very good with a bite. Like, these are all good troops that Yeoman's brought here. So something to worry about for sure. Pangea attacks Utgard but was defeated. So let's see, he loses 25 Gamherdings here. But that's about it. Looks like there's a touch of PD dump here. Normally with the PD dump, you'd want to let your PD come in first to take up some of the casualties, especially when you're fighting Centaur Cataphracts, which have a lance charge on their first strike. So the first strike's going to do the most amount of damage to the Gamherdings. In the interest of keeping the Gamherdings alive, you would actually want them to hit after some of your PD hits. And I think you have hurt one of your PD. We'll check that later. These javelins are definitely coming from the PD. Seth Kona casting Howl. I wonder if that's going to help. The Seth Kona means it's being coming from Utgard. Mesa Eruption here on Pangea. These guys are on Fire and Keep Distance maybe? Or Guard Commander? This guy doesn't have anything better to do with his time. I would have cast Howl. 2 sets of Howl. We'll speed it up a touch. Yeah, the Centaur are just getting ground down. Yeah. So I don't know how much the Howl really did. I'm sure this guy did a lot. We'll have to look at how the werewolf is doing. What's the status here? So the Bogmummy kills 2. Scrotty kills 22. 1 Scrotty with a kid. It's way to go. Way to go. Seth Kona, you can't really tell. These guys killed 71 units, but he only lost 31. So that suggests that there's a fair bit of wolf killing going on, which is good. You want your Centaur Cataphracts killing wolves to protect your main units. So this PD dump here, let's have a look at this, 45. mostly gets Huskarls. So that's 112 Huskarls. So they didn't appear to help that much, but they might have helped. Centaur Cataphracts have helmets and shields, so the Huskarls with their javelins may or may not have helped. But yeah, yet another win for Utgard, taking out a Pan, Harpy Queen. This is a hero, and just a stack of Cataphracts. Each of these is 35 gold, so it's no joke. Some damage is being done here. We see the god here, Yerma the Draken. So it's still in the area, potentially coming down. No counter raiding here yet, but there's a force from Utgard that's going to do something. I'm circling back. I'm sending these Sauromancers to grab these provinces. Although, really, I should have tried to transfer this to Atlantis ASAP. I have no business holding any of these. Looks like we get hit here. Oh, it's a Vedi raiding party. So Vedi's sneaking around and raiding my stuff, and he doesn't, and of course, anticipate that I've actually been fighting Ulm this whole time. And I felt the need to have a huge PD dump here in order to fight Ulm with these Griffin Riders. So his tiny raiding party with these hearses, with 55 leadership each, and all these Wolf Riders, runs into my massive PD dump. And is just going to get trounced for it. Although he does rout my militia. I think the militia have lower initial morale. Base morale 7. Base morale 9. Yeah, so that's why the militia rout. So unfortunately for him, there's no friendly retreat provinces, so that party's down the drain. This party's still going good though. He's probably thinking he has less options on where to move this at this point. He would have been correct to move on to any of my forts. I'm putting just as much, well, less PD. I put less PD in my forts than I put in my my other non-forted provinces. Yeah, so as usual, 11 gems to Atlantis, 17 nature gems to Utgard. What are we telling Utgard? Oh, make a ring of regen for Atlantis, which that was dumb, but I thought I wanted a cat jar, and I don't actually need one. And I don't know why. We only have a few extra blood slaves this turn, and I don't know why I'm sending the air gem to Atlantis, but not Calum. Yeah, so I have this Amulet of Seduction, and I thought that because I have lizardmen, that they could only seduce, lizard men. They could only seduce females. But it turns out guys are into lizard males in this game, so I don't actually need the cat charm. You normally need the cat charm to switch your seduction gender so you can seduce guys. I don't think I can make one. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make a cat charm. No. Oh, here it is. Yeah. The wearer of the charm will have cat-like reflexes, so that's a defense skill. These reflexes make all of the difference. Okay, it also said that a woman wearing this amulet will become more beautiful, and a man wearing it will become more feminine. So that's the flavor text to indicate the gender switch, so that these lizards can seduce males. But turns out I don't need it, as we'll see in a few other turns. Alright, that's turn 31. Let's check out turn 32. Magic site, Sky Split Oak, that's cool. Whose land are we site searching for this? Calum. We're finding Calum's air sites. Good for us. We're assassinating the troops up on the Flegro front. And maybe we'll just have a look here. So Sea Serpent Lair, a little bit of gold. Alright, let's have a look on the map. Okay. So we need to assassinate the living heck out of this because this turn we didn't patrol. We have 25 PD. I don't value my PD at all. Sorry, I don't value my 4 PD. I think 4 PD for Satis is the worst thing. I'd be better with Indie PD. So yeah, this huge mage stack is going to sit on my fort. Lucky for him, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assassins and 1 seducer. So he's going to be losing 6 mages in a turn, and I'm going to break siege with the rest of the troops here. So we'll see how that goes. We've got quite the formation here with the chariots running in, this to give us a little HP reserve. These guys will summon hordes of skeletons, and we have some archers that are going to pepper his lines. So we'll see how that goes. Raiding continues amok here. This guy must have site searched. If last turn he built a lab, then this turn he's site searching. So don't know why he hasn't moved. Arithia continues to take all this for himself. Good job, Arithia. Sad for us. Let's look here. We counter raid. Okay, 1 PD, not bad. I really need this to stay free if I'm going to be reanimating here. If you get sieged up, you can no longer reanimate, so I can't let that happen. So this gets popped. Looks like there's another raiding party coming in. Relay goes on top of this fort. Some raiding here with Satis and Midgard. Oh! So this isn't defended. And he moves a huge stack. A lot of earthbound, but these iron crows would have a lot of siege strength. Yeah, 2.4 each. This fort only has 100 wall integrity because it's just a palisade. Palisades are super vulnerable, especially in the late age. And this is a force. This force has, yeah, so it's got fire, it's got range support, it's got melee, and it has a handful of mages too. Yeah, so this is serious business from Calum. He's going to get a fort out of that. More counter raiding from Calum. Raiding Tianxi from Calum. Tianxi under horrible oppression from Marignan, which is buying Calum space to go fight Midgard, but unfortunately looks like all these provinces are going to go to Marignan. Zabalba here, not doing anything. Atlantis, looks like Atlantis shifts off of here, so Atlantis left a couple troops behind, and then takes this province. With that stack, fair enough. I think there's some counter raiding here with Bogarus going back on Atlantis. Not really anything interesting happening there. It looks like Yeoman left his troops here. Didn't move them. So the Ghost King goes on. Or maybe the Ghost King teleported here. That might make more sense. So let's see if he's going to actually get his script off. So Stones can temper flesh. Mist form. Fair enough for the damage reduction. Quicken self, yeah. And flying shield is the last one. Okay, for the protective force. Yeah, 50% chance to block 20 damage. And yeah, Mesa Eruption should be able to do enough damage combined with the Storm Spool to get through here. He's got lots of lightning resistance. Probably worried about Thunder Strikes, but with that kind of lightning resistance, you could really go Iron Skin. It's probably justifiable. Chill Aura doing its work, freezing the guys around him, and then he slowly does the damage with the Mesa Eruption. Mesa Eruption is kind of like pre-Frost brand, pre-Fire brand. I would never build the Shadow brand. It's a little expensive for what it does. Utgard raiding back. This looks small. One werewolf, eh? Utgard raiding back, just taking this back from the Indies. Attacks Pangaea but was defeated. Why? He must have routed. Okay, Mace of Eruption. Boots of the Long Strides, that's interesting. Okay, so Moss Body, that's a great. Quicken Self, another great buff. And Change Shape, another great move. And he's gonna kill everything. He's gonna HP route. Oh boy, he HP routes. And he had it 1 too. Yeah. Still needs, still probably doesn't have the research for Earth, Nature. Yeah, he's probably still waiting for Alt 4 for Liquid Body. Liquid Body would have won that had he had that part of his buff cycle. Very cool. Let's just power through to turn 33. I'll try and be real quick. I gotta go to bed. 33. Oops. We get a stack of things. Oh yeah, we always send stuff. So Utgard's getting 30 nature gems, Kaelin's getting some air gems, water gems to Atlantis, blood slaves to Utgard. We fight here. Let's look. Oh, there's all of these. So this is the failed seduction attempt. Maybe if I had the cat charm I could have succeeded with the seduction, who knows. But basically, summary, we win all of these. And then when we actually fight, there's a distinct reduction in the total number of mages here. So these troops have had their commanders killed, so that's why they're coming forward. Everything else is on hold. So yeah, so basically we're going to destroy everything. What we did with our mages is we had some Shadow Blasts. We have enough Holy Guys. I'm not actually going to ever do this again. We have enough Holy Guys to actually cast our royalty buffs, our Satis buffs. We cast Flaming Arrows because we have crossbows now. And we have Hordes of Skeletons. But really, it's the chariots that do the damage. Although they all die. They always seem to all die. So yeah, Hordes of Skeletons in the front, backed by Flaming Arrows, and we're going to grind through this. Yep, they slowly break. So let's actually look at the damage there. Yeah, so kill all but 10 Rentus. So Serpent Priest gets away, Thurug dies, and then we assassinate the rest. So really we're killing, 20 mages this turn, so 20 turns of fort recruitment for Pythium. That's not bad for us, so they're probably retreated here. We're striking out, so just like how he attacked when he won the battle on his fort, when we win the battle on our fort, we head out with our troops. Yeah, because we want to return the favor, keep the pressure up. Yeah, let's do it in reverse this time. So Satis versus Independence, Independence versus Satis. This is the same group of Falchineers, milking them for all they're worth. I think I send out another recharge of gems out here, because I realize this is a super efficient way to keep Phlegra occupied and kind of off my flank is by assassinating his commanders and like moving these guys so that they never fight. Utgard moves over here and pops this fort, so preparing to take his second enemy fort. Looks like he holds this from Wolfherd, takes this from PD. Bog Mummy takes this from Centaur Cataphracts, otherwise undefended. Utgard, being a beast, we finally grabbed this province, thank goodness. So we can search and site search now and get the heck out of there. Let's see with Atlantis and Bogarus. So scout pings here. No troops along this border, so looking very peaceful. Looks like Melia Druzina. So this is a troop battle. So Melia Druzina are they have a heavy lance, so it's a little different than normal lance. It gets a full strength bonus on the charge. Unfortunately, the Ice Guard here are in front, and they eat that heavy lance charge. It would have been better to have the troops that are considered less valuable, which would be these Arzards probably, in the front, and have those pop. But yeah, it looks. I think he's just gonna grind down. Yeah. So yeah, raiding party gets picked off here. Does a lot of damage in return, right? Like these things are 40 gold each. So like gold wise, this is not a bad trade. The voice spearmen aren't worth anything, but these things, 34 of them, that's worth the time. And it was very close, very, very close, because look, the commanders died. It was just this commander that lived. So very close, but unfortunately a loss, and Angakok goes on here. I guess this is tricked out like a thug. Yeah, liquid body. We'll see what he does with this. Liquid body, so thugging, Stygian skin. So he's got immortality, quicken self, and breath of winter. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. It's still a little risky. Stygian skin isn't the best buff. Current protection against mundane attacks is 15. Yeah, that's pretty high protection. It's still, there's no way to deal with chip damage, so even a sufficiently large PD dump, like this is a small PD dump. So I feel like he got away with something there. No action on the southern front. And then, yeah, so Tianchi is bottled up in his cap, thanks to Marignon's offensive. And let's try and figure out what's going on with Kalem. So everything's getting raided. Oh, we got raided. So we can't reanimate here, so that means we have to break siege desperately. This is very important to get this off. We need units that can soak up Mind Blast, which we have some of these. These guys will soak up Mind Blast. We got 39 hit points and decent magic resistance. And they're not mindless, so they'll get hit by Mind Blast. He counter raids here. And then there's a lot of raiding. We lose an Ancient Shaman. No, we don't. He's on retreat, thank God. We gotta get him back to our fort ASAP. Raids here, so these are like two extremely valuable provinces. So that's not good. Van Jarl takes this, that's under siege. Ryla attacks this. So yeah, I feel a lot of pressure at this stage with Relay and, oh boy, Slave Priest comes out. Okay, well, we have to watch that. Let's just make sure there's nothing else. I'm going to put this show on. So this isn't going to be a thing. Let me just make sure this is not a thing. Okay. Let's watch this and I'll end the video. So Midgard is coming here to try and knock Relay off. So, not Relay. Midgard is trying to knock Kalem off. So Storm goes up. Storm power. And then what is going out from these mages? Lots of Bane Fires. Some air elementals. And looks like a few Thunder Strikes and a few air elementals are coming out. That's going on against this. These guys are Phantasmal Warriors, like a lot of them. This must have been deliberately scripted. There's no way you would make that many Phantasmal Warriors and unscripted it. That's insane. Wailing Winds and Natural Storm are both from Kalem. Morale play doesn't work against the Phantasmal Warriors. So that's what's keeping a lot of HP on the field right now. But Solar Rays, really just a lot of Phantasmal Warriors coming out from these guys. And they must be asleep now, right? Yeah. So they clearly formed a communion and then decided Phantasmal Warriors were the way to go. I think it's just going to come down to... Yeah, my computer's too slow for these kinds of things. Yeah, I think it just comes down to Calum has the mage firepower. And it slowly routes. So Calum wins with just enough units. So he loses a sorceress. Oh no. Calum loses 2 Harp Seraphs. He brought a lot of mages. Like 20 mages. Almost all of his troops. And he doesn't really kill a ton. So he kills enough though. He kills over a third. 1 mage. And gets through here. So he would have done hopefully even more by forcing the retreats. But ends up with a fort. And yeah, Calum is good at forts because of flying. So guys, I gotta stop there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch back up on turn 34.